I'm back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I have a channel message from my Father that He want me to speak on. And before I speak on this channel message, He want me to say that the message that He want me to speak on, He don't want y'all to go back in the past. He wants y'all to talk about the past, but not go and live in the past. So this is what He want me to talk about. Now, back in the days when I was coming up, and when we used to, date back then, we was never, well, the man's and the women's, we was never scared to approach the man's and the women's back in our days. We was never scared. Now, when we decided that when the man's decided that they wanted to approach a woman and they didn't know all about the woman, they would talk about it to their friends. And their friends would tell them, well, man, I don't know if this woman, got a man or not. You sure you want to approach her because you don't know if she got a man or not? And the man will say, well, I don't know if she got a man or not either, but I'm going to take my chance anyway. And then his friends will say, you sure that's what you want to do because you really don't know this person? And he said, that's the point. I want to get to know her. So if she got a man or not, I would rather hear it from her, So they'll say to the man, well, I'm just going to say the word they say. Oh, man, fuck that. I'm going to go ahead and approach her anyway because I want to hear from her. Do she have somebody or not? So if a man got his eyes on a woman and that he wants to talk to, he will talk to his friends first and then see what they say, but he will still make his move because he want to hear from the woman. So he will go and make that approach. But the way they used to approach us is that we used to call us Miss Lady, or they'll call us Shorty. Back in the days, that's how mans used to call us when they wanted to talk to us. They would call us Shorty, or they'll say Miss Lady, or they'll say Shorty. One of the two. That's what they used to say to us. And they would come and ask us, and it wasn't no shame in their game if we tell them, well, yeah, I got a man, or no, I don't have a man. So if I tell them, yeah, I got a man, and then they say, well, I just wanted to hear from you, thanks for telling me anyway, and then, they'll just walk away. But if you tell them, no, you don't have a man, then they will suit you. They will keep trying to get with you because you done told them you don't have a man. So they'll keep talking to you, trying to make plans with you, want to take you out and all that stuff. That's what they do. They was never ashamed to approach women's in our days. They was never ashamed. And back in our days, our mans was not disrespectful to the ladies in our days. Now, I'm not going to say that they weren't disrespectful to their friends. When their friends talk crazy to them, then they'll talk crazy back to their friends. But when it comes to ladies, no, they was never disrespectful to us. They never called us no bees, none of that stuff. They never did that back in our day. They was very respectful back in our days. Now, I'm going to put it like this. If a woman disrespect them, then they will call a woman out of their name. But it would be very seldom that you will hear a man call a lady out of their name back in our days because they was very, very respectful for us. They was very, very respectful to us. So they would never ever disrespect us. Even when they was around their friends, they would never disrespect us. And their friends would never disrespect us. Now, when they get by themselves and be with their friends, I can't say what they do then when they be by themselves and get with their friends. But when they're around a woman that they want to be with, they never disrespect that woman. Even if that woman tells them that they don't want to pursue them, they never disrespect that woman. Now, when it came to us, excuse me, when it came to us approaching mans, we was never scared either. It was never no shame in our game to approach mans. Because if we liked that mans, this is what we used to say back in the day. If we seen a man and he was handsome to us and we like him, we would look at him and say, if we with our friends, like, he looks good, he's fine. I'm gonna make my move on that. That's what we used to say. I'm gonna make my move on that. And our friends would say, girl, you sure you wanna make your move on that? Yeah, look at this dude, he fine. Yeah, I'm gonna make my move on that. And we would just say, if we like him, we'll say, That's what we used to say back in the day. If we like a man, we would just say, Some of our friends would say, That's how we used to approach them. But we would go and make our move. If we like them, we will go and approach them. And our friends would say, but what if he got a woman? Well, if he got a woman, then he will let us know that. If he ain't got a woman, then he will tell us he ain't got a woman. But it's a chance we got to take. So that's what we did. We took that chance. So back in our days, the men's and the women's was no shame in our game to make approaches towards men's, because we had men's back in our days was shy, and it was women's back in our days was shy, But back in our days, we didn't have nobody to tell us who was bad and who was good. We didn't have nobody to tell us to go to God. We had to make our own discernment on who was good or bad. We had to just, walk by faith back in our days. We didn't have no other choice. Thank you, God. Thank you, Daddy. We didn't have no other choice. So we had to make that move, our way, and just leave it in God's hands. If we would have known that we can go to God, then we would have went to God and got on our knees and asked God to send us our, mate back then. But we didn't know that, so we had to walk by faith and do it. But these days, now, what my daddy want me to tell y'all can still make y'all move by going and approaching the mans and the women's. But first, when you do that, come to him. Get on your knees and talk to God and ask God, do you think this the right one for me? Is this the one, Father? Is this the one you chose for me? Because these days you can't just go to anybody and thinking that God sent that person to you. You can't do that. These days it's a lot of demons out here that works for the devil, that act like God sent them, but God didn't. So God wants y'all to be smart than we was back in our days, because we didn't have nobody to tell us to go to God. We didn't have nobody. We had to use our own discernment and walk by faith. So God's saying that he wants y'all to use your own discernment and walk by faith, but also come to him and ask him, do you think this is the right one for me? So he can tell you if that person is the right one he sent y'all and the right one that he did not send y'all. So y'all won't end up in a situation that y'all can't get yourself out of. So that's what he wants y'all to do. Start using y'all mind wisely, because now y'all have it where the parents can tell y'all and y'all can tell y'all children that you can go to God and ask God to send you your kingdom spouse. Back in our days, we didn't have nobody to tell us that. So we had to go off our own discernment. Y'all got God. We didn't have God back then because we didn't know that we can go to God. Even though we know God existed, but we didn't know that we can go to God. But see, now y'all know, because we've been telling y'all that y'all can go to God and talk to God about who y'all want. So this is what the Father want me to talk about. He wants y'all to know that don't have no shame in y'all game. If you feel that you like somebody and you think that's the one for you and you think that that's the one God sent you, go to God first. Even if you approach this person, go to God. And then when you go to God and God say, yes, I send that person to you, because God throws out signs and all kind of ways that you have to catch it to know that God have sent that person to you. You have to pay attention to all the signs that he throw out to you to let you know that's the right person for you. Because sometimes he would send that person and that person would say something towards you to let you know that God did send that person towards you. It's a lot of ways God will give you clarity on that person. So you have to go to God. And I hope y'all do that. These days, come on now, y'all. Get with the program and really do the right thing and go to God. Don't make don't do what we did, because we had to do it our way. We didn't have nobody to tell us to go to God back then. But now y'all do have somebody to tell y'all to go to God. So use y'all discernment and do the right thing. That's what the Father wanted me to talk to y'all about. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Wait, before I say that, and I want to say, we was not disrespectful to the mans back in our days either. They was not disrespectful to us, and we was not disrespectful to them either. We never called them out no names either. So, I just wanted to clear that up to all of y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.